Does the thought of editing make you dread the entire filming process? Make you want to either put it off till tomorrow or maybe even quit altogether? Today, I'm going to show you how to speed up the filming process so that you get faster and more efficient, and so that maybe you're not so overwhelmed, because I know this can be an overwhelming process. And while we're talking about it, I have another channel where I have posted every single day for 2 years. Yeah, every single day, and that's a lot. So I had to, out of necessity, I had to learn how to speed this whole thing up and get better at it and more efficient. So I'm going to walk you through every step that I go through. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks and a few rules that I've applied to make this whole thing go a whole lot smoother. The first rule is about organization. I drop all my files onto my computer, onto an SSD card. That's this little thing right here, because I don't have a whole lot of memory. I use a MacBook Air, so I don't have a whole lot of memory on my computer. So I need to keep this extra storage so that it doesn't clog up my computer. And I always do this at my filming desk. Once I'm done filming, I watch my video just to make sure everything's good before I shut it all down. I download my videos to my computer, or upload, or however you want to say that, and then I head to my workspace. My bedroom usually. So number 2, find a comfy place, because this way you can be comfortable for a little while and you can shut out all the distractions. I typically go to my bedroom because I can close the door, and then I'm not bothered with my husband coming home from work, the TV, and all the things that go on, the dishwasher, all that stuff that goes on in my house. Because once I get into this, I like to get into my zone, and once I'm in my zone, if I get out to answer the phone or talk to my husband, then it takes me 10-15 minutes to get back in and remember where I was at and what I was doing without having to go back and watch stuff. So yeah, make sure that you're in that comfy, private place. Number 3, forget the music for now. I know this is a big one because music really helps kind of keep the things flowing along, but I've had to stop this for a while because I find myself going into my music software and digging through songs, and it's just taking too much time because I start listening to songs, I'm like, that's not the right one, then I go to the next one and next one, and it just takes up too much time. So you just need to cut this one out for now altogether. You can add this back in later once you get a good flow of your process. Now, if you've already got a good little library built up of copyright-free music, then yeah, put your music in if you're already used to working with it. But for me, I had to cut it out. Number 4, no transitions, okay? Unless you got a really hard cut in your video and you need something to soften that up, minimize the amount of transitions you're using. Because I know it's a lot of fun to play with all these new tools that we learn in the editing software. We're like, oh, I didn't know it would do that. That's so cool. But it makes your video, at times, it can look like you're overdoing it a little bit. And it's another thing to just take up time. It's better off just to smooth it out, go through and add a couple of transitions. I'd say, depending on your style of video, vlog style may take more transitions, but talking head videos like this, really, I don't use but maybe 1 transition in my videos, because this will also save you time. Number 5, remember, done is better than perfect. You don't have to be perfect right now. You just need to get this video out. It will save your sanity if you stop trying to be perfect. I know that when I first started, I waited and waited and waited because I wanted my first video to be just right. But once I posted that first video, I realized it was like a weight lifted off my shoulders, and then it just got easier as I went along. So the more I post, the easier it gets. And you can learn a lot of this stuff as you go as well. And you will get better at it, but you gotta practice first, and that means getting rid of perfectionism. You can't overthink every little tidbit of your video. You've just got to mark it complete and move on. Okay, so this one is hard. You need to be able to watch your video as a viewer, because what the viewer sees is totally different from what you see when you film your video. There are parts in this video you feel like you've put your heart and soul into it, and you even watch it. Sometimes I watch my videos and I'm like, oh, that was so good. But then I'm like, does it really bring value to the viewer? Do they really care about what I just said? Does it even make sense to the video? If not, lop it off. Get rid of it. Let it go. Let it go. The goal here is to make people watch longer. And if you have a lot of fluff and nonsense in your video, they're just not going to do that. They're going to click away and they're gone. So now I'm going to walk you through how I do this step by step. And right now I'm using iMovie. I do use DaVinci Resolve at times, but I find that iMovie is still just my go-to. It's easier, simpler, and when you get a little bit better with this, maybe you're already trying DaVinci Resolve, maybe that's why you're getting bogged down, because it is a lot. There's a whole lot going on in that program that you almost need a bachelor's degree to figure out, but I'm learning it one step at a time. Okay, so now I'm going to watch my video really quick, make sure everything's good before I shut this all down. So let's move our stuff down to my comfy place. All right, let's open up iMovie. You can use iMovie. If you have a MacBook, it's completely free. This is what I use most of the time. Like I said, I started with iMovie and I've been using it for over 2 years now. Let's drag it in our clips labeled in here, ready to go. I'm just going to drag it in. Drag them one at a time. So here's what we're going to do. Stretch it out here in the timeline. I'm going to go ahead and cut off all this fluff right here because I can see the sound. It's just me getting started and ready to go here. You can see that. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that off, and the way I do that is Command B and just chop it out. This is the first thing I do, is I just go through and start chopping. I'll listen to it a little bit. The thought of editing make you dread the entire filming process. Does the thought of it? See there? Not a great start for Dee Dee. And there we go. And that's what I'll do. I'll go through the whole thing and cut these big long pauses out first. Just cut them out. Save so much time later. I don't listen to it. I just cut out the pauses. And then after I'm done cutting out all the pauses, that's when I'll go back and really sit and listen to what I'm doing here. And then if I want to add some B-roll, let's just see what I got here. Just to show you how I do it. I'm not going to edit the whole video here while you're watching, but if I want to add B-roll, I just drag it in the top. Give about, let's see, what is that? 4 or 5 seconds, 3 seconds. Let's cut that. Get rid of all that. It's still up here in the top, so if you wanted to use some more of it again later, you could, but then you'll see this is what that looks like. Just some B-roll over the top. Now, if you want to see in these spots right here, you could add transitions. I do not, because I want clean. And you really see that? You can't even really tell that there's a cut there. It's really, really smooth. I mean, there is a cut, you can tell, but it's pretty smooth. So then here, if I want to add text, you'll see the words that are coming in and off the screen. You can do it here at the top. You'll see here titles. Let's try this one. Not a big fan. Let's try to center it. All right, so step 1, organization. Back to the center, it didn't hold it. And there you go. So then it will just pop up on the screen. Now, and then it will fade out at the end. All right, so right here, I always do my text and some of my B-roll, like the words on the screen, I'll do those in Canva. So I'm gonna show you that process right here. So I start by going to Canva, and I usually just choose a YouTube thumbnail size because it's just an accurate size for me. And at that point, what I'll do is do some text. You know what, let's do a background color. Let's go to my brand kit over here to get some colors, and I may do something like this. All right, so let's add some words here. I'm doing these are some of my fonts that I use. Step 2. Let's do caps. You know what, let's don't do caps. Get in your comfy space. All right, then I'm going to change the color. Let's go with white. You know what, let's go with a light pink. Didn't get it all. Light pink. All right, and then I'm going to go up here in the right corner to animate. Let's do the typewriter effect. See what you got there? That's it. And then I will just share that out, download it. Then I'm going to add that graphic in over here. Let's go to my media. Add the graphic. It's under downloads right here. I'll show you how we add that. So let's go here and pull it on the timeline wherever it's supposed to be. See what it does? There you go. And I may adjust this to not be quite as long, depending on how long my statement is under it. And that's pretty much it. That's your text. We added your B-roll over here. And we added a few graphics. And you can always add to this and add some graphics. But for the process of trying not to be perfect and trying to get this done quickly, minimize this as much as possible. And then when we're done, we're just going to go up here and we're going to export the file. I do 4K, but you could do 1080. 4K does take up a lot of space. My compression, I do better quality. And then I hit next. And then I save it either to my desktop or wherever you want to save it to here, and then you save it. All right, so the hard part's done. So now it's downloading. So now it's time to make your thumbnail. And you can take a breath, a sigh of relief that you got this hard part out of the way. And I know it was not perfect, but it was done. And really, that's all that matters right now, is just getting these videos done and uploaded to YouTube so that you don't get burnt out and want to quit because it gets hard. And I'll tell you that every time you edit a video, you can add some kind of learning skill to it. And it will get easier. It'll get better every time you do it. And you'll get faster. And if you want to learn how I make my thumbnails, just watch this video. It teaches you all about exactly the way I do it in under 10 minutes. And I hope y'all have a good one. Bye.